Hi, and welcome to The Powerful You, a channel designed to better your life in every way possible. So today I'm going to talk to you about the 4 P's of happiness. What are the 4 P's of happiness? So I'm very proud of this video. I've done a lot of work and research, and I have definitely got some really good information for you today. So let's go through those 4 P's right now. The first P is presence. Presence is where it all begins. It begins on the inside. You as a being are naturally happy. Trust me on that. If you strip away all of the thoughts, all of the chaos that your mind tends to create, you are a naturally joyful and peaceful being. You are full of bliss. It's all there. The well is in you. You just have to access it. And by accessing it, you have to be able to shut off the noise. And that in turn shuts off all the bad emotions that you may be feeling, caused by nothing but thoughts, which are ultimately unreal. So that presence is the first P, which means you're bringing your happiness up from the inside out. There are many ways to practice presence. You can obviously meditate, you can do yoga, even your work. If you're really into your work and it pulls you into the now, that's a really great way to actually practice presence. Anytime you're fully engaged in reality, aka now, anytime you're being present, you are 100% filling up your cup with happiness every time. So presence, that's the foundation I want you to start with. If you can be with this moment, you will be on your way to being much, much more happy. And it doesn't end there. When I practice meditation on a regular basis, what it does is it tweaks my brain to where whenever I see something, when I look out my window, I will see colors differently. I will see trees differently. And I know this sounds maybe a little woo-woo, but it is the truth. I see things not like as just, oh, there's a building, oh, that's a tree. I see it as art. And for those of you who are meditating or practicing this presence work, those people will understand and resonate with what I'm talking about right now. If you're not, you'd be like, what? He's talking about a tree as art? That's weird. Trust me, if you can meditate, do yoga, practice presence in some way, and really fully engage in the now and train your brain to be with every moment, you will see things differently, you'll see colors differently, and you will naturally bring in joy from just looking at a tree. I can guarantee you it will happen if you stay with your presence practice for more than a couple of weeks. The second P I want to talk about is passion. And this is a topic that I am very well educated on because not only have I studied it and researched it, but I have lived the passion principle. I have done things that I hate and I've done things that I love. Currently doing things that I love. This video right now is something that I love to do, and I'm sure you can feel that. Even through the camera, you can feel that I love what I'm talking about. That right there is what keeps me on fire and keeps me so happy that it's unfair. It freaks people out sometimes when I'll be just so happy and just ready to engage everybody because I've been doing something I love all day. And I want that for you. So if you're not working in a job or something that you're passionate about, or at least you kind of like, you're committing the ultimate crime. And if you're not at least working towards working in that field, you are for sure committing the ultimate crime. What are you doing? Your life is short. You are finite. You will go one day. You will be gone. Don't lose sight of that. Don't let that depress you. Let that inspire you and force you to take action. Now, I know why if you're not doing something you love and you're not pursuing something you love, I know why. It's because I was there too. You're afraid. That fear is holding you back. You're afraid of failure. Everybody is. Everyone's afraid of being rejected. Everyone's afraid of hearing the word no. And you have to understand that that is simply a part of life. Everyone that's successful and happy they have gone through the fear barrier. Probably many times. Probably continuing to go through the fear barrier. Without going through the fear barrier, you stay stagnant and you don't do anything. And you become unhappy and depressed. That is the defining difference between these two people. So push through your fear barrier, do the Google research on anyone successful, and you'll find that they have failed many, many times. So that fear is irrational. When you fail, learn from it, pick yourself back up, and go back into it. And if you're truly passionate about it, you will stay with it and you will overcome those barriers no matter what. That, in fact, is one key way to find if you're truly passionate about something, is if when you do get knocked down, which will happen inevitably, you're willing to pick yourself back up, learn from it, and continue going, because it's just a part of who you are, not a means to an end. Okay, now another thing I want to talk about in that fear is I want to inspire you to understand that anything that you're passionate about that you don't think could sustain you as a person, anything that it could be, somebody out there is already doing successfully. Somebody has already pushed through that fear barrier, and someone's already on their way to even more happiness because they're doing something that they are passionate about. So why not you? Ask yourself that question. It's a very powerful question. Somebody's achieving the success that you want in an area that you want. Someone's living a life that is full of passion. Why not you? Okay, moving on to the third. So the third P is progress. Progress is extremely important and most oft overlooked. If you're not making progress, you are actually regressing. I find that there's no middle ground in life. It's either up or down. And every single second, every single minute, every single day, every single year of your life, you have a choice to be going up or down. So I challenge you not to let yourself stagnate, but to instead engage in perhaps those passions I was talking about, and to make progress as a person. You need to be learning, you need to be growing, you need to be developing, because if you aren't, you're going to be depressed. Simple. That's just the way our minds are programmed to be. In fact, as I mentioned in my book, if there was a study done where people who retired early from the Shell Oil Company, they retired and they had a category of people who just didn't do anything. And then they had a category of people who found something that they were maybe passionate about. They were making progress in their life. They were taking classes, doing something, being active with their mind. And they found that those people who didn't do anything, who just were just literally laying around all day, they found those people passing away much more quickly than those who were actively participating in life and engaging life and making progress and growing, continuing to grow as a person. So, not only will it help you to save your life, but it will also help you to be ultimately much more happy if you are making continual progress. So the fourth P is one of the most obvious ones, and that is pleasure. So I want you to be working, I want you to be doing things you're passionate about, making progress, being in the moment, and ultimately, I want you to strike a balance. I want you to have that fourth P handled as well. Pleasure is a good thing. Everything that your brain is hardwired to seek and to achieve is pleasure. And everything that it's programmed to avoid is pain. So go with that DNA and do things that are pleasurable. Now, I'm not talking about passion now. Now I'm actually talking about letting go and actually doing nothing once in a while. It's nothing wrong with vacations, taking a day or two off, having a ski trip, getting a massage, whatever it is you want to do. I want you just to take time to nurture yourself. You must fill up your cup in order to help others and to overflow onto others. So the parable goes. And there is so much truth in that. Take care of yourself. Think about the airplane analogy. I'm sure you may have heard this, but if something happens in an airplane and the masks come down, you have to take care of yourself first. You put your mask on before you put your child's on. That's not selfish. That's smart. That's basics. You must take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And many people, especially a lot of the clients I work with, tend to lose sight of that very easily. And I get it. You're such a nice person that you want to just give to others, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're giving from a place of abundance on your own. Okay? So that wraps up the 4 P's to happiness. I hope you got a lot out of this video. I put a lot of time into creating it, writing it, and delivering it to you today. So if you liked it, please subscribe by clicking below, or like it, or share it with a friend, or comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Thank you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.